SAP Instances. Today class is SAP Instances. Yesterday we have discussed about Windows and Linux differences, how we will access a Windows server at OS level and how we will access a Linux server at OS level. Just a small recap. See, this is the application connection or GUI connection or R3 connection. We already covered the GUI class. There I already explained you how to create this connection, what are the required details, and after connecting the application server, we will run the takeouts. But yesterday we have discussed about the OS connection. This is OS connection. Server OS or OS connection. Okay. So to connect the OS, our laptop is Windows. 99% people will use the Windows only. Okay. If you want to connect a Windows server, Windows or MSTSC, the connection name is RTP connection. The required details are here. Host name or IP address, and username, password. OS username and password. If you want to connect a Linux server, the putty software used, a third-party software. Okay, we will use to connect. This is how to connect. Other than that, the Windows Linux differences. Again, how to connect. This is we covered. The required details. This is also we covered. And Windows having a graphical user interface. This is called graphical user interface. I want to create a directory. I want to see the drives. I want to create my direct folders and files. I want to delete, move, anything. Simply the right click, create, right click, rename, right click, copy, paste. I can do it. It's called a graphical user interface is there for the Windows. But when coming to the Linux, no GUI, only commands. Yesterday I already shown you where we will run the command, and a couple of commands I already given, the basic commands. Here we don't have a drives, we have mount points to store the data. In the mount points, we have a directories and files. We don't call it as a folders in the line. The name is directory. And the highest default user and highest access privileged user is administrator on the Windows, who is created during the Windows installation, Windows OS installation, where root is the user. On the Linux, the highest privileged user is created during the Linux operating system installation. Default users. And only one point we have discussed how to stop, how to start, and how to check the application server or SAP application layer. Okay, we have a SAP MMC tool. One point about SAP MMC tool, it is a default tool which is created during the application installation only on Windows. Purpose of this tool to stop, start, check SAP application server. But on the Linux, there is no tool, only commands. There is no tool, only commands. Stop SAP, start check. Other than this SAP control commands, like this we have a commands to check. Ultimately on the Linux only we have a commands, no GUI. See, again on the Windows, they have given some tool like graphical user interface tool. But on the Linux, there is no tools. Linux means everything, 100% commands. To work anything, commands. Okay. So now, today class is SAP Instance. See again, SAP having a 3-layer architecture. Can you tell me what are those 3 layers?
GUI application and database layer.
1 minute. Okay. So GUI layer, application layer, and database layer. We know about the purpose also. No need to discuss. The purpose is to receive and execute the user request. The application database will store the data. GUI will create the user request. Now I will give you a couple of statements. User requests are multiple. Will you agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. User requests are multiple. We have a work process in the SAP application layer. We have work process. Those are 7 types. Will you agree?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
In SAP application or application server are there. Dialogs are greater than non-dialogs for ideal instance. Will you agree or not?
Yes, true.
Yes, sir.
Each dialog work process will handle or can handle
5 to 10.
exactly 5 to 10 users. Very good. At a time. Each work process need 75
to 300 MB of RAM.
RAM. These are a couple of statements. I will add some more statements to this. Now see, for example, the user request is going to the application server. The same way, Mamata is creating another user request from her laptop. From her laptop. The same way, Arif is creating a user request from his laptop. I have given some server, right? You all are connecting and practicing, are doing some work in the application server, running the different transactions by the different users. We have work process. Okay. The maximum work process. How many? Max work process.
600.
Limit
600.
is very good. So for suppose here we have a 100 work process. WP0, WP1, WP2, and so on. WP100. We have 100 work processes configured. For total 100 work process, I will give you a basic idea. The number will be how? D, V, E, B, M, G, S. D, V, E, B, M, G, S. D, V, E, B, M, G, S. So we have a 7 types for 100 total. How the number means, for example, somewhere 60 is the dialog, more than 60. Updates are 2. NQ no need to mention. I will tell you why. Some 35 backgrounds. Message server no need to mention. Gateway 1. Even gateway also 1 we no need to mention this also. And spools just say 3. If the total is 100, the numbers will be like this. Gateway I will mention 2 and spool 1 and 2. Total is for 100, the work process count will be like this in the server level, approximately. Okay. So now the user requests are creating and sending to the application server. Now I have one question. If the user requests are keep on increasing, for suppose at a time 500 user requests are created, will this 100 work process are enough to handle this 500 user requests?
No.
Just think about it. 500 user requests. How many work
Yes.
processes are needed?
Yes.
See, each dialog can handle 5 to 10. Let's take maximum value. Let's take maximum value 10. How many dialogs are needed? How many dialogs are needed?
50.
50.
50 dialogs. Do we have 50 dialogs?
Yes.
Yes.
Or suppose at a time 1000 user requests are coming. The user requests are 1000. How many work processes are needed?
100 dialogues we need.
Very good. 100 dialogs are needed. Mamata is
Oh.
dialogs. Okay. To log in the user, there is no requirement with other work process. If you have a dialogue in the hotel, you can enter into the hotel. So if 1000 user requests are coming to our hotel or application server, in this case, what we can do? The work process are sufficient or not? We have a sufficient work process or not? First tell that answer. How many dialogues?
No, it's not
Not
sufficient.
sufficient.
Then what we can do?
We can increase the work process.
How to increase the work process?
We have maximum limit until 600.
Very good. The maximum limit we have is 600. By changing RD ISP /WP underscore number underscore dia. Okay. We can increase this from 50 to some 100 for suppose. While increasing, what we need to cross validate, cross check?
Memory.
Very good. We need to check this RAM. How much RAM we have? Sufficient RAM we have or not? Okay. Okay. So we need to cross validate the RAM. Okay, to increase the work. Very good. So the case number 3, this time I got 10,000, not 10,000, 50,000 user requests at once. How many work processes are needed?
5,000.
5,000.
5,000.
Very good. 5,000. What 5,000? Backgrounds?
Dialogs.
Dialog work process.
Very good. 5,000 dialogues are needed. Can we go for this value?
No.
No,
Why?
we have a limit of 600.
600 limit is there.
600.
Now, what is the solution?
We'll
When the
we'll go
5,000
for
customers are coming to your hotel, will you stop them? They don't come to my hotel. Or you will
No.
do anything else?
Oh, no. We have to increase the instance.
we'll move to we'll
Instance.
increase the
Instance.
resources.
Exactly. We need to increase our hotel capacity. Before we have only one floor hotel, then what we will do? We will increase one more floor. If still needed, increase one more floor. Got it? Got it?
Yes.
Yes.
Secunderabad Paradise Hotel started with one floor. Now it is 5 floors hotel because they're getting a lot of customers. To handle one floor is not sufficient. Understand? So now the statement is each floor, the floor means instance. Each instance having dedicated dispatcher. Having dedicated dispatcher. Under this dedicated dispatcher, we have a dedicated work process. Dedicated work process. Under this dispatch. The maximum limit is 600 per the instance. The maximum instances (0, 0, 2) 99, 97, 98, 99 SAP reserved. SAP So maximum instances are 0, 0 to 96, 97, 98, 99 are SAP reserved. We can use from 0, 0 to 96. Those many floors you can build your hotel. In each floor you will get again the dispatcher, again the work process with maximum limit again 600. I saw maximum instances for Harley Davidson client 11 instances I saw because Harley Davidson is a huge client. There are so many people will log in the daily basis. Like number of customers are more. Worldwide client, right? So, but the 95% customers are using single instance SAP systems only. Just for your idea, I'm telling you, okay? Okay. So now I think you got idea why we have a multiple instances. Because when the user requests are more, sometimes we need a multiple instances. Now you need to know the SAP versions. SAP versions. SAP versions are started with 700. It's called NetWeaver. It's called NetWeaver. NetWeaver also nothing but NW means NetWeaver. NetWeaver, SAP versions. NetWeaver 700, 710, 720, 730, 740. $750. Okay, the latest version is 7. The oldest version is 700. Okay, from 720 to 730, some architecture level differences taken place by the SAP. The first change is till 720, the max work process limit is 100. Max work process limit is 100 only. You cannot cross the 100 number, even though you have a sufficient RAM. But when coming to the from the 730 onwards, the max limit how much?
600.
600.
Max limit, max work process limit is 600 per instance. Per instance. And till 720 version, we have CI. CI is equal to central instance. CI means central instance. From 730 onwards, from 730 onwards, we have a PAS plus ASCS. PAS means primary application SAP Central SAP Central Services. SAP Central Services. The instance before it was CI. CI is nothing but all the work process are there in one floor. D, V, E, P, M, G, S. PAS is nothing but we have a specific work process D, V, B, G, S. And SAP Central Services having the work process, the missing work process E and M. NQ message. So due to some reasons, like because of the NQ and message server is split into separate instance, separate floor. Before, when you install the SAP system, before till 720 version, when you have started your hotel business, as per the government norms, you need to construct one floor. In that floor, you have all the workers. That floor name is Central Instance. It will receive all the user requests into your hotel customers. Okay, but when coming from the 730 version onwards, as per government, as per SAP standards, SAP configuration changes, by default you need to start your hotel with 2 floors. One floor to have the NQ and message server, central services. The users will not go to that. There is no dispatcher, there is no dialogues. But it is a central instance. NQ and message server is separated. The remaining all work process there on the primary application server. Okay, so like this, like in default, you will get a 2 floors hotel. Want to have the central services called NQ and message server. or central work process. The remaining work process there on the primary applications. Sir, I need a more work process to handle more user requests. Then with the old version also, we have additional applications of AS means additional application. The name itself additional application. So the same way with the latest versions also, this is not changed. Additional applications. These additional application servers are multiple. Like if PAS has taken 00 instance number, floor number, ASCS has taken 01. Additional application server will automatically take 02. If you want, you can change 02 to 96 additional application servers. You can AS. The same way here also, multiple additional applications. This is called SAP Instances. Before we have a CI, small statement CI is equal to AS plus AS. CI having all the work process, DVE, BMGS. See, that is the reason NQ message server I did not mention. Anyway, this will be one. This will be one. Those are there in the separate instance, separate floor. But before with the old versions, all the work processes there on the CI, then additional application server based on the extra requirement. When we have more user requests into the application server to handle more load. But when coming to from this version, SAP splitted that CI into primary application server, ASCS. Now I will give you a few interview questions here. What is CI? CI is a central instance there till SAP version 720 and CI having all the work process DBE, BM, GS. If we have a more load, more user requests into the server, to handle that load, we have additional application servers. Okay, multiple additional application servers can be created. From the what is PAS and ASCS? From 730 version onwards, SAP splitted that CI instance into two default instances. Default means these instances are created during the installation automatically. Primary application server having dispatcher and DVBGS work process. Dialog, update, background, gateway, spool work process. Where ASCS having message server and NQ only. Why they have splitted? What is the purpose behind it? What is the advantage? Like because NQ and message server are there in the separate instance, we can give a high availability to ASCS separately. We can give high availability. For that purpose they have done. As of now, you don't understand what is this high availability or not. But this is the question and answer. Just by heart that question and answer. And here also, if we have a more load, more user requests, we can keep on create the additional application servers multiple. The maximum instances 002, 96, 97, 98, 99 also there, but SAP reserved. Each instance having dedicated dispatcher and dedicated work process. The limit till 720, the maximum is 100. Till from the 730, the maximum limit is 600. The one more statement. The additional application server, another name is Dialog instance. Additional application. Why they have given this name? Anyone can you like assume and tell me? Can you any wild guess? Server, another name. Dialog instance. When we need more dialogues to handle the Before we need a 50 dialogues, then 100 dialogues, then we need a 5,000 dialogues. When we need a more dialogues, we will go for the additional application servers, right? So that is the reason they have given a dialog instance. To get more dialogues, we will install, we will go for these instances, right? So that is only the reason. That's only the reason. Dialog instance. This is about SAP instances. But one more note point, even though we have a 600 limit, but in the real time, the people are not crossing 100 or 120 still. The real time, if someone asks you how many work process there in your instance, don't cross 100 or 120 max. Just give any number like it. We have a 60 work process, 70 work process, 90 work process. Right? Under that, how many dialogues means like you just change the dialogue and background number and give that. Dialogue should be greater than normal. You need to follow this and you can give any number you want. For example, 70, 30 we need to less, right? So make it 50, 45, 40 here. The remaining just deduct from this. Like, okay. So this is about the SAP instances.